Wolves in this match with a goal after 4 minutes.
I was just about to say an early corner can create problems. It's whipped in excellently by Froggatt, and the marker picking up Ewan Roberts is nowhere near. And Ewan goes in, you can see that they attack with their 4 big players. He's got in front of his marker and put the ball away excellently. Brave header as well by Ewan. You can see there, it goes between the keeper and the man on the line.
A net bulger of a header from Ewan Roberts, and what a start for Wolves. You'd have thought his confidence was suffering a crisis when he went through the early stages of his Wolves career without a goal, finally broke the duck in the midweek match against Oxford, a game that he almost missed through a stomach bug. Mark McGee persuaded him to play, he scored then, and well, they always say, don't they, that when strikers score it tends to be in sequences. Roberts could well be on a roll. The freedom on the right. Looking for ball with the long ball. Burgess with a header clear. And again against his former club.
Well, it's the long throw routine. Froggatt and Ewan Roberts gets an important touch. We see the ball in there. Ewan Roberts is marked. He gets a touch. It goes through the West Brom defender's feet, legs, and Steve Bull reacts quickly. They haven't really dealt with that particularly well, West Bromwich Albion. I mean, I thought Ewan Roberts had actually got a touch, but he'd gone over the 2 defenders also. He caused the problems by his physical presence, and as you see, Steve Bull in the edge of the 6-yard box doesn't miss opportunities like that.
Time and again, Steve Bull has shown West Brom just what they missed out on by releasing him so cheaply. And yet again, he scores against his former team.
This would certainly be a test of West Brom's resolve now.
Challenged by Shane Nicholson. Steve Bull. It's 3-0, 2 goals for Ewan Roberts, and West Brom are all at sea for any ball flung into that area.
Well, we've seen Jamie Smith's quality down, gave Wolves the corner. We see the ball played in exactly the same spot. Ewan Roberts' marker seems to be Groves, who's lost him again, and 3-0, and a good header by Ewan. You can't afford to give him that space to work in the box, and Wolves have now sort of put themselves in a very commanding position.
Well, have they already set the seal of victory on this match, and we haven't even reached the half-hour point. It's going to be some recovery from West Brom now if they turn this one around. Steve Bull. Oh! First save that Crichton has made.
I think in that incident, Marden slipped when he was tracking the ball. And the ball's broke here. As we see, it comes out in midfield. And Bull makes his run across, and Marden slips, and Bull's played through. And in those situations, he descends on goal and he strikes a good, fierce shot, which the keeper pushes away for a corner. And again, they're causing themselves problems. We can see that Venus, Richards, Atkins and Roberts are out the back, and they make these runs in on Froggatt's left footer.
Oh, well, Roberts was coming in again to try and latch onto that corner from Froggatt, and they look exceptionally vulnerable every time. I think most of the West Brom fans are covering their eyes when there's...
In there, and Hamilton's done very well. It's a good header. As we see a good ball clipped up to that far post, and he does very well there, Hamilton getting in there. Alan Buckley will be pleased with that because he'll be thinking it gives him a lifeline now.
Hamilton stretched every sinew in his body to get there, and suddenly a shaft of daylight for West Brom in this match. His first goal for Wolves, and then just a few days later comes the first hat-trick, and what a match in which to score it!
It just shows how volatile the game is. We see Froggatt here, he uses his pace to good effect, gets outside Holmes, whips a low crossing, balls it, created problems at the near post, dragged 2 players there, and Roberts has come in on the back post to smash it in. There he is, nice and clear, he's made the back post, and he's got his hat-trick. He'll be chuffed to pieces. Again there, he blasts it in the net, the keeper has no chance. I think we can definitely say Wolves are going to have the 3 points today.
Well, how football's fortunes can change so quickly, as Taylor is trying to prove here. He's got on the end of it. He wants to get on with things here. West Brom still fancy their chances with 25 minutes left.
Well, certainly that's given them a lifeline to get back into this game. And we see that the ball's played forward by Nicholson, and the linesman was right. Taylor was onside. He's allowed to get in the box, and he finishes well, even though Stow manages to get a block. He looks up now. He's got it on his thigh to his right foot, and he strikes it across the far post, which a good goal scorer does. And even though Stow, as I say, manages to get a touch, he can't stop it going into the net there.
A boost for Taylor in his attempt. It was a blistering effort.
That was a fine strike by Froggatt there, and he struck the ball. Corica does well against Sneaker's strength, puts the ball across. Holmes panics a bit with his clearance, and Froggatt comes on and cracks that, and it looks like the referee's given offside against Ewan Roberts, but hell of a strike.
It won't count. The flag was up, and just when West Brom thought they'd made the breakthrough that could well have turned this game in their favour, the flag rules Taylor's goal out.
Really, Snakers should have scored himself, and I think the referee was correct here. It's a good play, he receives the ball. Snakers has to go into a challenge here, and he goes through the legs. He's in a good position, and one would have expected him to actually score himself, but that shows that it wasn't offside. Oh, that could be a controversial moment, that.
Very controversial. Taylor, Nicholson's back pass gave him a second. Ewan Roberts, the match winner at the end of the day. For so long at the start of his career, suffered a goal drought, but a hat-trick this afternoon, complemented by a goal from Steve Bull, yet another against his former club. West Brom, though, made a fight of it. Bob Taylor adding to Ian Hamilton's first half goal, and then having a second half goal disallowed. There was a controversial penalty appeal at the end too, in which West Brom had hoped that they might draw level, but in the end it's Wolves' day. West Bromwich Albion 2, Wolves